my mother doesn't understand this, but I ripped the wardrobes out of our bedroom immediately. I want my bedroom to just be a bedroom.
Welcome to Style Stories, brought to you by Easy Living Interiors, helping you transform your space and create the feeling of home. Hi there, I'm Laura, Marketing Manager at Easy Living Interiors, and welcome back to our podcast Style Stories. Today, I'm joined by the wonderfully relatable Muireann O'Connell, TV presenter, broadcaster, and co-host of Ireland AM, the country's longest-running breakfast show, which has been waking us up for over 25 years. Whether she's interviewing guests, navigating the unpredictability of live TV, or sharing her own life updates, Muireann has a wonderful way of making you feel like you're chatting to a friend over a coffee. She's also recently bought her first home and has been candidly sharing the journey, the excitement, the challenges, and those moments of uncertainty that come with taking on such a big milestone. She's the first to admit she's no interiors expert, which makes her story all the more relatable. Today, we'll talk about her new home, her career in Irish media, and the little things that make a house feel like a home. So welcome, Muireann. Great to have you here.
It's lovely to be here. I thought we were just going to talk about how to get your cat eye, but we're doing other things today. You're going to teach me that afterwards.
Oh, of course. I did that on the Ryanair this morning. Very stable up there in the sky, I will say.
She can do it in the sky. I can't even do it in a room that's actually called makeup room.
We'll do the tutorial. Stay tuned for that, guys. At the end of the episode. So how's it going?
Delighted to be here. To be honest, as you said there, I haven't a notion about interiors. I think the first piece of furniture that I ever bought was a purple inflatable armchair. Like, I was Miss 90s, but the one thing that I have done my entire life is go into furniture shops. Like, from when I was very small, like, you know, those little tykes, those houses that they have now that were like, we used to go in and play house inside in those back in Quinsworth back in the day, but it always felt like we were going into furniture shops, and I still do that. When you want a bit of a lift me up, I hate shopping. I love going to furniture shops. So being here is like being in a little bit of heaven.
Yeah, and it's the atmosphere, isn't it? And it's being able to sit down and relax and get a cup of coffee when you come into the store. So I know you're a very regular browser here, so part of the furniture now yourself you are.
I don't know how much coffee I've robbed from Easy Living Interiors. I'm going to be honest, the first day I spotted that coffee machine must have been about 3 years ago. Just have a little latte.
You found your place.
Thanks, guys, if you didn't know, free coffee. Free coffee. And a toilet.
All the things.
All
of the things.
Let's not get it scatological straight away. Sorry about that. I'm not correlating the two, one to the other. I'm so sorry.
It all makes for a good experience. So let's kick us off with some introductory questions. Can you take us back to the moment you finally got the keys to your own home? What was going through your head?
I got the phone call from the lovely Martina from my estate agents that I was going to be able to pick up the keys in about 4 hours. I burst into tears when she rang me. I genuinely I don't know if it could be the saddest thing in it. Like, is that just so flippin' pathetic? I just burst into tears because I never thought the day would happen because I've been looking for a house for so long. So I burst into tears, very attractively rang the housemate on video being like, oh my God. It's like that meme from the Housewives, you know, or Kim Kardashian crying. Yeah. It was like that. And then we were able to get the keys 4 hours later. So we collected the keys and the estate agents was really near to the house. And when we were going past, the homeowners were still in the house. Like, they were still there packing. So we went down, we were like, my fellow went down and just said, do you know what? Don't be rushing. We're fine. Yeah. Take your time. So we went to the pub. We had a couple of drinks as they packed up, and then we put the keys in the door. And I hadn't seen the house in, I think it was 6 months.
Wow.
So I couldn't remember it. Do you know, you keep on looking at pictures online. So I hadn't seen it in 6 months, and I went in. I think the first thing I said was this how it was when we saw it 6 months ago? Is this smaller? So that was the first thing. It was a day of mad emotions. Needed the wine.
Yeah, but so relatable though. And I think a lot of people listening, like I'll speak for myself, there is that sense of, will I ever own a house? Do you know? Because we can get into, and I'm sure you've lots of interesting insights you can share and practical tips about, you know, that journey to buying a house. But there's a lot of people that I suppose don't, like, it seems out of reach.
I've got a very good job. I live a really nice lifestyle, and at one stage I was like, is this ever going to happen? And I'm just very bad at it. Like a friend of mine went sale agreed in 4 weeks, but I must have gone, like, I've been sale agreed, sales have fallen through circumstances, no badness in it whatsoever. It was just how it all fell. And a lot of people will say, if you are on trying to buy a house, you're going to get a lot of people say to you, oh, you know, what's for you won't pass you by. And every time someone said that to me, I knew they meant it with all the love in the world. And I just wanted to punch a pillow.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, I don't care.
That doesn't help right now.
I'm not going to have a place to live in a month. I just need someone to say yes to me. That's it. So it can just be so frustrating. People are being so nice and it's so lovely, but it can get really demoralizing. And you just feel like there's so many other things happening in the world that are way worse than this, than what's happening. Of course we are. And I'm so lucky to have a house, but you do get caught up in this world going, come here to me. What's going on here? So it can be very difficult. And some people are good at it and some people are just bad at it. And I was very bad at it.
Yeah. And I think it's that thing you say about like demoralizing. It's almost like rejection in a sense. Yeah. And who likes to be rejected?
And it is like, at the end of the day, it's a money game.
Totally. Yeah.
And you know, write the letters, do this. I did it all. Wrote a letter once, ended up going sale agreed with an absolutely lovely family. But again, through circumstances. But you're kind of like, what do I write in this letter? Because you're kind of like, I don't like myself most of the time, so they're going to hate me. Like, what do you put down? You're like, hello, please sell me your house. If someone comes in and they've got 50 grand more than me, don't mind them. Hey, don't take the money.
I'm really nice.
I'm really nice, and I'll really mind your house. So, you know, it's economies of scale, you know, it's demand and supply. So it's not against you, but sometimes you do feel you're just like, you know, when you think that all your friends are talking about you're behind your back and having a better time, you're like, these homeowners hate me.
Slightly afraid to get a punch, but what's for you didn't pass you.
There we go. There we go. That was it.
Don't punch me, Muireann.
I will not punch you. It's a place where there's loads of cats, and we had actually tried to buy the house 2 doors up.
Yeah.
A year, tried really hard. And the homeowners there were like, hi, yeah, we knew you were trying to buy this house as well. And I was like, I'm delighted. They're so nice. And I really feel so lucky. I love where we bought. I love what we bought. And the bank owns it and can take it away at any time. So that's always fun.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Do you know?
Thanks. No, it's lovely. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Congratulations. And it must just be so exciting. So I'm sure lots of people listening will see the hope at the end of the long housing.
Hope, guys.
There's hope. Not jaded at all. There's hope. It's fine. I'm fine. What has been the biggest surprise about becoming a homeowner?
Oh God, they do this thing where they take your mortgage out every month, and I was like, sorry, no, excuse me, I've done my job. I've saved saved my deposit. No, the homeowner is that I did actually feel different. I feel different. I've lived. My home was always my parents' home in Limerick. You know, and I haven't lived there in over 20 years. But whenever I said I was going home, I was going to my parents' home. So for the first time, when I say I'm going home, I'm going to my house.
Yes.
And it felt like my house straight away. It really did. Once we I started ripping things out straight away. And I was like, yeah, I can do this because I don't have to ask a landlord. I don't have to ask my mom. And it was amazing. I felt different straight away.
Yeah. And I think it's being able to say like, that's mine. And you can put your stamp on it. And
you can make mistakes.
Yeah.
And you might do things wrong. But it does feel like mine. There is a feeling. I ask people, do you feel different now you're married? And they're like, absolutely no, not. I do feel different as a homeowner.
Well, that brings me on very nicely to my next question. How would you describe the feeling of home?
I feel happy.
Yeah.
I feel happy. I walk into that house and I know it's going to be a money pit. Trust me. And there have been shocks already about like the boiler broke immediately. And we're like, sorry, what's going on here? So there are things happen that you don't expect, that you don't know is going to happen. And people are always like, oh, houses, they'll just take your money. And they do. But I'm happy that if there's one thing I want taking my money, I'm fine that it's going to be my home. it's just lovely. Yeah, it's really lovely.
Warm and cozy and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Coming into winter as well. A first Christmas tree.
There will be a Christmas tree. It's not warm and like anytime, like my mother rings me, she's like, can you get a rug? I mean, there's nothing, there's no furniture. I get up every morning and I stand on this one particular nail that I'm like, you must, like, how many tetanus do you need at this stage? Take the nail off the ground, because we don't have carpets. We don't have anything. It's kind of a bit of a building site. But I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah. And you spoke recently about that feeling that people have, that you need to have everything finished and everything needs to be perfect. And you made the very real point of take your time. Like,
I don't know who that applies to. Like, when my mother's from a very different generation, and she talks about moving into her house with a chair she took from her mother's house, and they got a table off a friend. And then over time, she's never stopped changing that house. You know, she's like, it is a lifetime project. Once you finish one thing, you're like, oh, I'd like to do that now. But she has always said, like, I don't know what's going on in the world that everyone thinks they have to have everything immediately. And I think it's kind of, it's our society that want or have to have, or have to be kept up with the Joneses. I just don't think it's realistic. I don't know what I want in the house. I don't know what I can afford. You have to budget things out. You have to be able to go, okay, don't put yourself under too much pressure so that you get to the end of the month and, you know, you don't have any money left. So I think need and want are two very different things. So I think the pressure to have everything done immediately is something that we need to alleviate, and realise that, yeah, you're definitely seeing it on social media, but that's people who can, I don't know, they've got the money, they've got whatever's going on that they're able to do it. Look at what you want. Look at what you need, and look at what you like.
Yeah.
This is what's going to be fun. Like, honestly, coming into places like this, I'm surprised I haven't gotten kicked out, because it is, I'm like, do I actually like how that chair feels? And I will sit in that chair 10 times and I will move around and I'll go back to it and I'll come again and again and again, because I have made those snap decisions of things my entire life and I've regretted them. So I just don't want to regret things, and I want to take my time.
And especially when they're expensive decisions. A sofa, it's an investment piece. You're going to hopefully have that for about 10 years. So you want to take your time with it. And no, I saw you talked about the TV over the fireplace, and you were talking about like, oh, it's my one ick with interiors because my neck doesn't go that way. But that kind of reminded me too of like when you're shopping for your sofa, you want to make sure that it's a couch you can sit back into and you can be comfortable. So you don't want to buy something based off, oh, sure, that looks gorgeous, because then you'd be sat there with a sore neck 2 months down the line.
And then someone told me, they were like, because I'm kind of tall, and they were like, oh, well, for you, your knees have to touch, like, and I hadn't thought of that before. So now every time I sit on a couch, I'm thinking about my knees, where they touch, and if my feet touch the ground. I was like, oh, yeah, that's really important. And then I have to, I bring my mother, because if my mother doesn't like the couch or the chair, I'm never going to stop hearing about it. So that's a lot of it has to be done. There are no immediate decisions.
Totally.
With some bigger things, because there has to be approval from the mammy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mammy always gets final say.
Yeah. But there are really, like, that's when you talk to people who are in the business who are like, oh, have you thought about this now about your bed? And have you thought about this? Nope. Genuinely hadn't thought about so many things. So it's important to kind of ask questions.
Definitely. And yeah, that's why I guess coming into a store and just spending the 2 hours chatting to people, the salespeople, because they're the experts and they can help you along. So, well, best of luck with the furnishing. We're all very excited to see it.
The knees, guys, just remember,
think about the knees.
Knees for the couch.
Your knees will thank you.
Yeah, it's important.
You heard it here first. If you had to sum up your approach to this house in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh my God. If I had to sum up my approach to this house in 3 words, what would they be? Lazy. I mean, girl, it's taken me a very, like, middle-aged woman buys house. What the heck? Front page news. I probably should have gotten on this a very long time ago and stopped Peter Panning my way through life. So lazy, a bit slapdash, as in I went to a charity shop and bought a chair because we had people coming over for brunch. So I'm like, slapdash, it'll do.
Perfect.
Grant, we're fine. And I would say considered now, because I thought I was going to rush into everything. I really did think I was going to be one of those people. And then I think I've just slowed down a bit. Once you get in, it's like, oh God, chill out. It's taken you long enough to get here. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think those are my 3 words.
So next, we're going to have our design dilemma, where we tackle a listener-submitted interior challenge. Our audience loves real practical advice, so we'd love your best tips and suggestions to help. Whether it's solving a tricky space or answering a common question, we know you'll have the perfect insights. So I'm going to grab my phone for the Instagram question box.
Do I get ChatGPT out now? And that's how I come up with an answer. And I don't trust ChatGPT. It doesn't work for design. Everyone, oh my God, it's driving me insane. Everyone's like, have you been on ChatGPT to design your house? And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work. No. I do not buy it. I don't think it's good. I don't buy it. I don't think it's that good.
You know what we have? We have a very handy room designer tool, and you can do your mood board on our website, and you can drop all the different furniture bits in and out. So it's great, actually.
That is great.
It's great. I'll show you it after.
I would totally use that.
It's great. ChatGPT is done. So Jamie asks, where do most people go wrong when decorating their home? What, I suppose, icks. Let's talk about your icks.
It's the TV over the fireplace. The amount of people that have suggested, because there is no alcove that will fit a TV. TV is TV and books. That's it. Mm-hmm. I absolutely adore them. I watch a lot of TV, and we have a big TV. I like a big TV, and the amount of people that are like, just put it above the fireplace, and I do not understand that at all. The fireplace is meant to be I love a fireplace, focal center point of the room. I know the TV is very distracting and all that kind of stuff, but looking up,
I really agree with you.
My neck.
I know.
I am too old, my friends. That is not happening to me. So unless you're sitting in a high chair, you know, Princess and the Pea in it, so that you're on the same level. No, thank you. So that is that is a huge design.
Number one.
And if you like it, you do you. We can disagree without hating each other.
If someone's style keeps changing, how do you think a space can be designed so that it grows with them? So if you kind of, every year you like different things and like new things.
I think first of all, you have to take a second and go, why are you changing so much? What's going on? Because like buying furniture is a big deal. And the fact that it's becoming fast furniture and ending up in landfill is a bit mad. Like it's your furniture. And another thing I would say is that my mother's table, when I grew up, the table, I think she bought it for about £60. And I'm now trying to buy that exact same table for €1,500. And it's like, oh my God. And of course she chopped it up for firewood or whatever the hell she did with the table. So I just think things always come back. Again, just take a beat.
Yeah.
Take a beat to think why it is that you want to change it. And I've become a great believer in kind of going, okay, well, you have something now and you don't like it anymore. What can you do to that right now to change it yourself in a DIY way to see if you like it more? And then if you want the real deal, then buy that so that it will last a little bit longer. I just think you have to kind of envisage things in the space. As you said, like if you can do that on the website or on the tool, that's a great idea. Because if you want to change everything so quickly.
You've probably made decisions that were quick decisions that maybe you're not happy with anymore, potentially.
Yeah. Because there's a permanence issue here. And I'm like, I cannot commit. I am very bad to commit. So that's why maybe I am taking the time with things in the house because I make bad decisions. From love life to everything. It's always been like, not anymore, obviously. But I would see what you have and do DIY it in a way to see if you like the next thing that you want.
That's a great tip, upcycling. Yeah. Get on Pinterest.
Maybe, yeah. Oh God, I love Pinterest. Oh, Pinterest.
I know.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your questions, Jamie. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Jamie, I have no idea. I don't know.
Now we're moving into Behind the Style. This is where we dig a little deeper into your personal approach to life at home, the influences that have shaped you, and how your work and lifestyle play a part. You have said that you're not an expert in interiors or home design, but how would you describe your personal style, both fashion style, which you're very well known for, and in your home?
I would say the house has sort of dictated what I like. Actually, I've always kind of really liked mid-century, and I know it's very cool right now, but that was what I grew up on. All of my mother's furnitures, the sideboards, everything in the house when I was younger was mid-century, and I had a really happy childhood. So I kind of gravitate back to that. And some of the furniture that I have, like my neighbour passed away a couple of years ago, Eugene, God rest him, and he's given me a sideboard, so, and it's almost the same as Mam's sideboard used to be, so that's kind of dictating what I like in a house. It's definitely emotional feelings to certain bits as to why I like things, because Mam's house was so cool when I was growing up, and then she went full on big 90s furniture, and I was like, where have you put all the cool stuff? So that's kind of dictating what I like. And then personal style, what dictates that is Pinterest.
Yes.
I haven't a clue. So I see a top that I would like and I go, okay, can I wear that 5 different ways? And I go on Pinterest and find it if I can, and then I can buy the top.
Yes, I love that. Like a capsule wardrobe.
Yeah, just kind of because at work it's really good fun because I get to dress up at work. Now, to be fair, at home it's only jeans and tops, so I get to let that side out at work. But some days you end up wearing things that you hate, and if you're, see, that's what's so interesting. Like if I'm wearing something at work that I really hate, I can't do my job properly because you can't sit down, you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel like yourself. And I suppose that's the same in a home. Like if it doesn't feel like you don't want to bring your family over, you don't want to have friends over, you'll always choose to go to someone else's house rather than your own because you don't think that it's right. So that's why I completely understand why people might want to keep on changing things. So that's,
And can you describe your house actually? So I know you've a period property, it's
period property,
3-bedroom.
When you open yourself up on Instagram to things, obviously people are going to have a lot of opinions. Everyone has one. And it's really interesting the amount of people that just say, rip that out so that will fit in there. And I'm like, no, I bought a period property for a reason.
Yes.
I'm very lucky that I got it because not the other houses that I've gone sale agreed on had been period properties, and it's what I'd always wanted. So I know that's going to come with a lot of, issues and trying to restore them and that kind of thing. So it's small. People have walked into our bathroom and went, oh, we had friends over from Texas recently and they were just, God bless her, Pia, she's originally Finnish, and she was like, and this is it done, this is how you made it bigger, is this the one that you made bigger? I was like, it is, yeah, it is. She's like, right, and I said, not as big as your ensuite then, is it? And she went, no, we wouldn't be able to, it's small, right. It's a small house, but I came from a very small house, and I love that. There's only 2 of us. We don't need an awful lot of space. And there was a family living in it beforehand who had a very lovely life. I think we do kind of think of things as bigger nowadays. So it's a small house. I've got a garden. I've got a front room. I've got a back room. I've got a kitchen. I got a bedroom. I am delighted. I've fitted the biggest bed in the entire world in that bedroom. Yeah, I'm kind of pretty sure my housemate hates me because he was like, we need the biggest bed because you keep following me around the bed when you're asleep. And I'm like, I need you to get away from me. We need space. And
to clear something up for listeners, Muireann's housemate is her fiance.
It's my partner, sorry.
And so does he have a new nickname now?
No, he is the housemate now. He actually legitimately is the housemate now.
Before he was recognisable.
Before he wasn't. No, it's like mortgage mate. Like, call him mortgage mate now.
I love it.
And now it's a house. We were a bungalow before, so bungalow mate. Now it's a house mate.
I love it.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's like a 1930s property.
Yeah, it sounds gorgeous and
really
cozy.
Nice. It's a big house. Like in comparison, it's just, I think people think that we're looking at these really big houses now, and everyone has a walk-in wardrobe and all this kind of stuff. So it is a really decently sized house, and it was really interesting. I was looking back to, when it was first built and everyone who's owned it, and it's kind of been owned by women except for one home ownership from like 1934, like the whole way through. I was very proud of that. I was like,
that's
go on,
fabulous.
Yeah, it was a really good first house. It was owned by a woman and passed on to a woman.
One of my favourite songs is The Last Great American Dynasty. It's a Taylor Swift song, but it's like about Rebecca. She owned the house.
She grew up in the south, and then she moved.
But I love, it's like you say, sorry, there was a relevance to me saying this. It's because to be able to track back a building and the people who've lived there and who they were. It's very interesting to understand the people who've gone before you and what they might have done with the space. So up the girls anyway.
It is, but
the girls.
I've kind of gotten into that, kind of trying to research some of the people that were there, because I suppose when you think it was a brand new, it's like we're talking about brand new estates now all the time, and how quickly we need new housing. And this was housing that was needed to move people out of tenements in Dublin into the suburbs, you know. So it was before that, but it would have been considered kind of the countryside, and my whole area, like it was in the 1950s, built up so quickly because they were trying to get rid of the tenements. So I love it. I love the history part of it.
Yeah, I do find that really interesting myself. Who or what has influenced the way you want your home to feel? Your parental home, I suppose, like you said about the furniture.
Even though my mother, throughout my childhood, ended up making our house look like a tricolour, like all the time. Like there was green and orange everywhere. I was like, what is happening? Why are we? And she was like, I done another room in green with orange. I'm like, yeah. And she had red hair and all this kind of stuff. She definitely has. She's my inspiration for everything. But she lived with things. She did things within her means, but when she liked to change things, she did like to change them big. And my father hated change. So every time that he would leave, but every year he went away on a golf trip, and he'd leave and she'd have knocked down a wall. She'd have taken apart a table and built a new one. She'd have created a hole in the roof to build an attic. Like, the woman just took her opportunities, and she was like, well, when he's back, the hole's there, we're going to have to close it up.
Exactly.
And do something with it. So I love that. She just kind of, and she did it now. We had carpets in the house, and it was my first day in there really, and she was like, why are they still down? Rip them up. Rip them now, come on, up. And she was on FaceTime and I'm ripping up carpets. So she just likes doing things, and she gets stuck in. She gets stuck into it.
Yeah, she sounds like someone who likes to be busy, doing things.
She loves to be busy. She never stops.
Yeah.
She's like, do I? I'm like, yeah. But she gets really stuck into it. Yeah. And get stuff done. Yeah. And I love that.
Send her into us.
Yeah, but I know I keep on saying you have to like things, and she did like her furniture, but if she wanted to change something, she made curtains. Yeah. You know, she made covers for, she was able to do that, make covers for couches and stuff. And that's how she changed things, which is what I should learn how to do, and stuff like that. So she's definitely my inspiration. She's like, come on, try something.
What's her name?
Mary.
Big shout out.
Hi, Mary. How are you doing?
How's it going? Can you take us behind the curtain of a typical morning on Ireland AM? What's the routine before the cameras start rolling?
Oh God, from waking up. I'm going.
What's your 3 to 5 before your 5 to 9?
How do parents do this? How do you do this? Like, so I take out my gum shield, which is beautiful. Teeth grinder, hi. Make it out of the house, get to work, immediate cup of coffee. I cut out coffee for about 6 months because I think I was on 6 cups a day. I'm trying to keep it to 3 now. I think I'm on 5 today. Immediate cup of coffee into the office for pre-show meeting. So we discuss what we're doing for the day. We get the stories for making the news slot, where we're discussing what's in the newspapers. So we do all that. Then it's down to the changing room, where I pray to God, you know, anything makes sense, or I've brought what I need to bring. So the changing room is it's the women's changing room. So all my stuff is there. I do a video every day of what I'm wearing, then go into hair and makeup. So lovely Michelle does my hair, I do my makeup, back in, get changed this time. And then it's trying to sprint on air to not make everyone angry at me, because it's like, be on set at 7:15. And when it's 2 minutes to 7, and I'm arriving in 2 minutes to 7, people get very angry. So 7:15 on air. So kind of get into work for 5 and then fanny about for 2 hours before you go on air.
Fabulous. Sounds busy and exciting.
It's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's busy. It's fun. I think the beauty of being a woman is never knowing what body shape you're going to wake up to.
Right.
So that's always fun with
Facts.
clothes. And it's kind of touching base with everyone, seeing how everyone's feeling, because there's a lot of people behind the scenes that have to get up very early in the day, and you all kind of want to be, you know, we all want to be on kind of the same vibe and the same mood. So God bless everyone who's in very good form. Yeah, they're great. They're great people.
I can understand the 6 coffees, to be honest. It's making a lot of sense now.
Yeah, there's a lot of coffee.
Better get you another one. So
You're all right. Not had too many today. It's terrible.
how does working on a live breakfast show with its pace and unpredictability influence the way you approach downtime and your home space?
That's really interesting because it is go, go, go at work and you're surrounded by people. Again, the couch makes a difference because the amount of messages that come in if I'm wearing a certain length skirt and they're like, it's too short, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, it's the couch, can we make it higher? It's really busy at work and you're very busy from early on in the day that, you know, by 11 o'clock, I do feel kind of wiped. So I do like to go home and just sit down and read or scroll or watch The Chase for an hour and not kind of do anything and not interact with someone. But since I've had the house, things are different again because I go home, I've got a garden now and I'm like, okay, I want to cut the grass or I want to do the hedge or, oh God, we've got someone helping us out with that, or I like how my bathroom looks, so I'm going to clean it properly. It has changed kind of routines because I want to be in the house and also I love where I live. So I'm kind of, you know, meeting people more. People are coming over more. So I think I'm actually being more social.
Yeah.
Because I never brought people to our old place because it was a lovely place to live. Just couldn't fit anyone. So yeah, I'm probably more social now.
I think the most fun part of a new place when you're living in a new place is that bringing people over and showing people around and cooking for people and, you know, introducing people to your space and like having, I have a wall that's basically all of the concert tickets of all the concerts that I've been
lovely.
to, and people come over and they're like, oh, and that concert and this, and then you kind of naturally spark conversations. So I think when like you say, it's when you've got that sense of pride in your place, it's lovely to have people over, and then you can have all of your social time without ever having to leave the house, which is great.
It's lovely, but people drop by now.
Yeah.
I haven't had that in here. People are just, I was passing. I was like, hello. Are you coming in for a cup of tea? And they're like, yeah, just passing. I was like, great.
Do you know, and that there's something so sentimental and so
it's lovely.
That feels nostalgic, like dropping in for a cup of tea and we have a biscuit.
Yeah.
It feels very nostalgic.
It's lovely. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And I live near a really nice sandwich place. So people are like, yeah, I'm in the area.
Any good coffee shop near you?
Loads of great.
Yeah,
There's two great coffee shops. Brilliant. And I live beside a pub. So perfect for me.
Everything you need in just a few steps. Now it's time for the mood board. Think of this as a snapshot of what's inspiring you right now, from the little details you're loving at home to the trends, textures, or even fashion moments that are catching your eye. What are you loving in your home right now? A colour, a texture, or a little corner?
Pink.
Pink. Love.
I was like, where has this come out of?
Yeah.
Very, very, very pale pink because I've lived in a house where the blinds were closed all the time because we lived on it was a house on the street. So people couldn't come in, and, you know, I had the walls white to try to make it as reflective and most light as possible. And now I want colour everywhere. And I never thought I would be a colour person at all. So I think I'm going to put pink on my walls and I'm liking various shades of pink. I've always loved green, so that's going all over the place. And that's what I have been most surprised by, because I never, ever thought that I would want the colour pink on my walls.
Pink, though, we are actually painting our studio pink, like a pale pink. And one of our windows here is pink as well. But pink, I think, has grown up a bit. And I don't know, was it Barbie coming back and, you know, pink just having its moment again? But I love pink in a house.
It's warm.
Yeah.
It's nice. I think it's gone... Oh, I think just, you know, as people realise more and more that gender is a spectrum, it's like, oh my God, why have we gendered colours?
Totally, yeah.
Like, what are we doing gendering colours?
Yeah.
And the fella he loves a bit of science with his design.
Okay.
So we were talking to someone about paint. And she was like, well, actually, this has an OR number. And he was like, what does that? And they're like, oh, well, the reflective light is in this. And he was gone. He was like, that's great. And does that pink do that? And they're like, yeah, it does actually. And he went, great, And he's just like, great, love it.
Yeah.
A little bit of science. And that's what he wants to do. So pink is becoming a thing that I think I might do.
Yeah.
And then love I've had a sideboard myself. I bought a sideboard about 8-9 years ago. Very into the old sideboards.
Sideboards are great.
Sideboards are great. And block colouring. And My mother doesn't understand this, but I ripped the wardrobes out of our bedroom immediately. Again, there's only 2 of us in the house. I want my bedroom to just be a bedroom.
Yes. Nothing else. You don't want clothes in there.
I don't want clothes in there
Yeah.
because they will be dropped on the ground and it will be messy, and I'm fine with rooms being messy. I don't care about that, but I would just like the bedroom to be a place that I sleep and a place that read and sleep.
Yes.
Is what it's for. So I'm trying to make that as sort of calm and not as and I am like, oh my God, if you want, can I go to the Clutter Olympics? Like I'll keep everything. I found wristbands from, like, I think I was in Mosney in 1994. Why was that in the house I just left in 2025? Why was that with me? Why was that in the house?
Yeah.
So I am a clutterer, but I'm going to try not to do that with the bedroom and just because I am starting to realise, if you don't have as much stuff, you might just be a little bit calmer.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do.
It's like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Because I get it. I'd lived in my apartment for 5 years when we moved out, and it's like that, the things that you find and you're like, do you know what I kept finding was the little screwdrivers from the Christmas crackers, the tiny little screwdrivers.
Oh my God.
Why do I have the tiny screwdrivers?
Did you ever screw anything with a tiny screwdriver?
Never.
But you might need it at some stage.
You might, exactly.
Everyone said declutter. I had a suit that I was wearing the other day and I said, do you know what? I have the perfect top for that. I knew I bought that top for a reason. I decluttered it, hadn't I, when I moved house? And now all I do is think about that top. I shouldn't have given it away.
So I have a purgatory. When I'm doing my wardrobe, I definitely don't want it, and I definitely do want it. And then I have purgatory. And purgatory is a drawer where things go for 4 weeks. And then if they've been in purgatory for 4 weeks and I haven't looked for them, then they can go.
4 weeks.
About that.
If purgatory only lasts 4 weeks, that'd be grand. I can do 4 weeks. I can do 4 weeks
Laura's
of purgatory.
Should we change the podcast to Laura's Purgatory?
God should put that in the fine print. 4 weeks, lads, and you'll be done. Would have been good. Luther might have been, actually, do you know what? It's a pretty good deal. Mightn't do this whole Reformation. So yeah, I get what you mean. Keeping things.
Sorry. Purgatory.
Martin Luther in a podcast about interiors. I don't know where I'm going.
I love it. Have you seen anything in someone else's home that made you think, I want that too?
Absolutely. And it's a vibe.
Yeah.
You know, when you go into a house and you just go, yes. So that is loads of my friends' houses. I go in and I'm like, it's how they space things. I think more so than anything. How they hang things on the wall. The rugs, how they've positioned the rugs. I'm a big fan of Laura DeBauer. And how she kind of goes, right, lads, where are you putting your rug? And some of my friends are just so good at that innately. And they make it really work. And a friend of mine, actually, she's taking years to do her house because she was like, if I could have bought everything when my house was finished, I would have nothing but that style of furniture and I would hate it now. So she's been the one that really said, would you just slow down? But they consider things and it is about spatially how things work with each other, and that's what I'm trying to take from friends, because you know when you go into a friend's house and you're like, oh, this house is absolutely beautiful, but we have nothing, like we're just not the same people, and you know that inherently with some people. But there's some friends of mine I'd wrap up the rugs and bring them into my house immediately if I could. So it's not, I think that's really good with friends, and when they give you help with stuff like that, it's lovely. So I think it's a vibe from friends I'm trying to take.
Our tagline is actually the feeling of home. So again, it's the vibe.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, okay, here's the sofa trends and this is what you need for your home. It's, well, how do you want your home to feel? What's the feeling? And I think everything comes from the feeling.
That's exactly it. Like the word trend is becoming, it's ceasing to have meaning, because a trend is something that lasts for a while. Now it's like 2 days and it's done.
Yeah.
So I love that. It is about a feeling. Things are about feelings. Like, I swear to God, I know she's gone back on her Does It Spark Joy, Marie Kondo?
Yeah.
There is a truth to it. And it's a sort of thing that I'm finding with the house is, it is coming into places and going, okay, do you still think about it 4 weeks later, 5 weeks later, 6 weeks later, 7 weeks later, 8 weeks, 10 weeks later? Like, if you're hoping to buy a house in 3 years' time, start looking now.
Yes.
I would on it. I never want to do that because I was like, oh, you're tempting fate.
Right.
But I did start doing that in a bit, and like, did I always like this? And I would. You're so right. It's the feeling.
And like that, you say as well, if you know you're going to be looking to buy, then by time thankfully and finally it happens, you already know the direction you're going to take. You won't feel like you have to rush into decisions.
Yeah.
So that's a really good tip, actually.
Yeah, being in there and then get in for a little while first, because you never know what the light in a house changes
Fully,
exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Like that's when we realised that pink was going to be right for the house.
Yeah.
Because we had thought it was going to be a completely different colour, because I love an old colour drench of a green.
Yeah.
And it was, I was like, the light won't take this. So that's a good thing as well, but a feeling. Feeling.
You once said that Ireland AM is essentially HBO's The Morning Show without the wardrobe budget. If suddenly the budget did match, what wardrobe choices would you make if it was all yours to have free reign over?
Oh, give me all the designer. Are you mad?
Yeah.
I'd Simone Rocha the crap out of myself. There's no point. Oh my God. I would go crazy for the design budget if there was no such thing as a budget. I don't know if I'd feel like myself though, because that's the thing. You just have to feel like yourself. It would be great for 1 week.
Yeah.
But then it wouldn't be special anymore. That's what I think that's really interesting about the practicalities of life. When you look at people who there are no limits, it doesn't seem like they're ever happy.
True, because they're always chasing something.
They're always chasing something else. So I think you could have no budget and you get everything that you wanted and it just wouldn't be special anymore. I think expectations and not wanting the absolute best of everything or I think that's probably a good thing. Like after a week of Simone Rocha, it just becomes top shop, doesn't it? If that's what your level of things are. So someone's everyday item is someone else's luxury item.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you know what I would like if we did I'd love to have someone, pick the clothes. That's what I would choose.
Yeah.
I would choose to have a stylist.
So you do all of your outfits yourself?
No.
I didn't know that.
No.
Because I love the reels that you do when it's my morning outfit, like my work outfit versus my real life outfit. I love those. So it's you. You're the brains.
I would love to have a stylist. I would love to have someone go out because I don't like shopping. Like this, oh God, shopping for the house has been such a joy. But shopping for bodies is awful. It's horrendous. I absolutely hate it. I find it so boring. And I don't enjoy anything to do with it. So if I could not do that, if I could have a stylist, that is my answer. If you didn't have to think about budget, I'd have a stylist.
Just a stylist.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, probably would change your life.
Oh my God, it would be amazing. I'd have so much more free time.
Yeah.
Genuinely, yeah.
I'm actually surprised by that.
It's fun. Listen, isn't it a gorgeous part of my job that I have to dress myself? Do you know?
And I guess
no one wants to see this without clothes on. But isn't that like, oh my God, it's like I'm not down the mines. I've got to pick out a few clothes. Poor me.
I know what you're saying though. It's a lot of thinking and like I'm sure there's a bit of decision fatigue then at times you might get.
It's just you're kind of like going, do I like, and it is just, does this suit me? And then just kind of going, oh God, was this awful? But it's just, time. It's just that I'd like to take it off. It's kind of another job on top of the job. Again, I realise how privileged I am.
And speaking of fashion, I see you caused quite the stir with your pajamas, your new...
Lads. I was on holidays. A few wines had been taken.
What were they again?
So my favourite book of all time is Pride and Prejudice. My favourite thing to watch in the entire world of all time, followed closely by Buffy, is the 1995 BBC version of Pride and Prejudice. Andrew Davies put sex into Pride and Prejudice in a way that we didn't know could happen. So I'd had a few drinks. I never think the algorithm is ever going to get me. I don't think the algorithm has ever gotten me. And my God, did it get me that night, because 2 weeks later I was like, what's this package? And it was a pair of Pride and Prejudice pajamas that if I go near a flame, I will go on fire. They're that flammable. I was like, how did these not catch fire in the airplane? And for some reason, so they've got Lizzie, they've got Darcy, Mr. Collins, who, and it does say on them, making people happy to be single since 1813, which is perfect.
That.
But then there's just a potato. Like, look at this lovely potato in between them all.
So next up, and we're segueing nicely, is the Real Life Edit. A segment dedicated to you. You're known for your realness, your honesty, and that quick wit that gets everyone talking and laughing in your Instagram comments. Let's strip things back and talk about everyday moments, habits, and little wins that make you who you are. You have been very open about the realities of home ownership. What do you think is the most challenging part for first-time buyers, and what would be your advice to overcome the stresses of this journey?
The actual house hunting, and I think that this is nationwide in Ireland, because I've gone to view houses in other parts of the country to be like, is it as stressful? What's going on? And it's walking into a house and seeing 50 people there. I've spoken about it before. I'll never forget the day that I saw a woman. She had a small child with her and she was pregnant. And she walked out of a house and she was just crying because it was the first viewing and we walked in and it was already like 35 grand above the asking price. And like, she was really pregnant and she was like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, because they were getting kicked out of their apartment. And it was, God, that was really hard to look at. And I just went, well, I'm very lucky. I'm not being picked out and I'm not being kicked out of my place. It's to remind yourself of the realities of life, unfortunately, as you go along. It's not the be all and end all, but to take breaks if you need it, because it can get so, like, it can really change your mood and you can become kind of a negative person, and you're like, you need to take a step back and just go, okay, let's take a breath. Often have to look at things to put things into perspective with what's happening in the world, what's happening with people, what's happening with friends, to go, okay, in the grand scheme of things, what's going on, to remember, we'll all be dead soon. Let's have a little bit of crack along the way. And then to make friends with the estate agents, I learned that too late. And it was the first piece of advice. Someone who is so smart and who had bought a house in very quick time said to me, and I was like, yeah, I'll totally do that. I didn't do that. I was just rocking up, and you're another name. So then by the time I did make friends with some estate agents who were very nice, I've gone out with like two of them now, we've gone out for drinks, they're really nice, but just kind of talk to them like humans and be like, what's the situation here?
Yeah.
What's going on? Not thinking that everyone's out to get you and that it's a gotcha situation, because I know that, the laws and the structures around home ownership and home selling and home buying in Ireland are lax, and we need to cop on as to what's going on, like having the deeds in place. They've had an expert panel looking at this since Leo Varadkar was Taoiseach. So it's not just you. The system is rigged. It's a bad system. We need to sort that out. But just talk to people like they're humans. You don't just have to be another number and to be, how are you? Talk to people.
Yeah.
Get them to know your name.
Yeah.
It's important.
I follow estate agents on LinkedIn and I kind of stalk them and I like all their stuff, and I'll be quite supportive in their estate agent stuff.
I like it. That is mercenary.
On the little LinkedIn, just drop it in there. Thanks very much.
LinkedIn, is that another one we have to start thinking of?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, depends. So you don't have to.
Oh no, I'm not.
I
don't need another one in my life.
Maybe this.
Oh no.
You don't have to.
No.
I wasn't asking for much.
I've heard LinkedIn is wild.
I really enjoy it, and I don't know, is that just because I get a real kick out of marketing? But I saw there now a post yesterday. It was different copywriting around Dublin during the Oasis concerts, and it was like Today FM did Naj, and it was like Today.
FM, yeah. FM. Oh, it's going to be today,
So I enjoy that kind of stuff. I think I'm on the right side of LinkedIn, maybe.
I think you're on the right side of LinkedIn. Yeah. I just saw a post that went viral about someone rating their date with their wife, and I was like, he did what on LinkedIn?
Oh, no.
I want to be on that side of LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I want to be on the bad side.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd be able for it. You're too business minded. You're too marketing minded on that thing. I don't have a clue.
But you do have some brilliant tips there, though. In all seriousness, and I think what you're saying there about understand it's not just you is very true. Because
it's not just you.
Regardless what situation you're in when it comes to property in Ireland, it's tough for everybody out there.
It really is tough. Like some days I walk in and I see a couple and I'm like, oh God, they're a Google couple. I just walk straight back out again. Or, you see people, parents, there's nothing you can do about that. Just little things like that. Talk to the people that you're going to viewings with.
Yeah.
Kept on meeting the same people and you're like, we're going to be in competition with each other later on, but what are you like? Talk to them. It's really nice. I was with myself and a friend of mine. We were competing with each other on every house. And when he texted the housemate one day, he was like, okay, are you going to see this house? And he went, no, we're actually not. We just went sale agreed yesterday. He went, excellent. And he ended up buying that house. And then ours fell through. But it was you end up seeing the same faces. So, have a chat.
Yeah,
have a chat.
on the circuit.
Yeah, on the circuit. Oh God, it's so depressing. So depressing.
What is a little ritual or habit at home that makes you the happiest?
We got a combi boiler.
Nice.
Talk about taking the soup. I feel like a traitor to Ireland because I can no longer get involved in immersion jokes. Like I can have instant hot water whenever I want. It has been life changing. I don't want to waste water. I know the water wars are coming, guys, but to just go, I'm just gonna wash the car, or I don't wash the car. I don't waste water. Okay, but I might need hot water. I can have a shower immediately.
Yeah.
Like, to not go, I have to put the heating on to make sure that I can have a shower. I can go for a run, come home and have a shower and not have forgotten to put the... It is luxurious. It is genuinely luxurious. And it's not an electric shower. It is a proper full-on shower where you can have, like, I'm just going to wash. I can go home and wash up and not have to put the kettle on. It's very exciting.
That is exciting. I get very excited about cooker tops. You know, the cooker with the boiling water and the sparkling water. They thrill me.
You're bringing me into a big debate now that I have with a lot of friends about the cooker. It's not boiling. Your tea will not be boiling.
No, it's not boiling. No.
It's not boiling.
No.
So your tea never tastes right.
I don't drink tea.
And
my coffee is always iced. So I have nothing to say in this conversation, really.
This is why old media is dying. We can't have people going Lions or Barry's anymore because they don't drink bloody tea. They drink matcha. God damn it.
And they do drink matcha at Easy Living Interiors. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. You heard it here first.
Can't wait to try. This is it.
But no, the combi, that is. And if you wanted to mop the floors, off you'd go.
Genuinely did that last night at 9:30. I was like, oh God, look at the state of these. Mopped the floors. It was... Look, it's luxurious. It's the most luxurious thing. And I don't think I'm ever going to get over it. I can't wait for my mother to come up and I'll be like, there's just hot water there, Mary. Throw your head under the sink there and wash your hair. You could do it whenever you want. You could do it whenever you want.
We saw your incredible walnut home hack you used to restore your flooring. Any other hacks that you can share?
Oh, God. And I had a friend immediately go, that didn't work. I was like, how big is the mark on your floor? And he showed it to me. I was like, it's not going to fill in the Grand Canyon, babe. What the hell did you do to your floor? So the walnut thing, that's a good one. So on top of the cabinets, someday I hope to have not the issue of I'll put the cabinets up to the ceiling so we don't have to think about putting the newspaper on top of the cabinets. Because my father... he was some man for that newspaper. You know, it would be whoever annoyed him the most on the front of the newspaper, they were being ripped out and put on the top of the cabinets. That's where all the dust was going, right? Because you need to be able to change your cabinets out. And I was looking at them and I was like, oh my God, these cabinets. I had bought this contact paper. I needed this contact paper for a particular reason. I have put that down on top of the cabinets so it's that I don't have to change out the newspaper. I don't have to change out the tinfoil or whatever it is that you're using. They're wipeable. Just with a bit of hot water. I had them in the house anyway. I think it's handy, but if you don't need to buy plastic, don't. But it is very handy.
Genius.
Rather than having to change things in and out.
Reusing things, I think.
I
saw someone and it's kind of gross. I saw this morning, actually, someone had a thing up, like the 5 things they've done this week that have saved them money, but they were using empty cereal packaging, the bag, to they take it with them on their dog walks and then they can dispose of the dog waste with the empty cereal packet. So just keep them in the cupboard. Anyway, that's gross. We don't need to be talking about it. But anyway.
That's very good though.
It is good.
That is really good.
It is.
And then my mother was shouting at me about the plastic bags. Are they compostable? I was like, oh, sweet mother of divine. Because that woman reuses everything. Because it was a way of life. Whereas for us, we're kind of slapping ourselves on the back.
Yeah.
Whereas her generation was like, you have to reuse everything. So that's a good thing. Throwing an old lemon into the dishwasher.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Make them seem good. Throwing it into the microwave after it's been used for whatever it is that you're using. Are they hacks?
That's a hack. Yeah, that's a hack. Thank you for sharing. You've spoken before about becoming part of Ireland AM's viewers' daily routines. What does that connection mean to you personally with viewers?
I can't explain to you how much that actually means. If we have done anything at all in the day to connect with someone, for someone who's sitting at home. I talk to an awful lot of new mothers and I've never gone through that experience, but it can seem overwhelming. It can be very lonely, and it is a situation for the very first time that people are trying to navigate. And for a new mother to say to me, oh my God, you're just a little bit of company in the morning, and keeping them, one woman said, geez, you keep me in contact with what's going on in the work because I'm just so busy, because it's a busy life. And if we can be company for anyone at all in the morning, it sounds so trite. It's a huge honour.
Yeah.
It's a huge honour to be there with people in the morning, to get a message going, why were you late to news? I was late to work. Why weren't you? Why did you do that? To know that we're part of someone's routine. I absolutely love it. It's one of the things that means the most to me in the world, actually. I don't think I've ever loved a job like this. I feel incredibly lucky. And for anyone to take the time to switch us on in the morning, it's amazing.
Yeah, and that loyalty as well, I feel like, for viewers to have stuck around for the 25 plus now years. I
know, with Alan Hughes. What's going on, lads? Why are you sticking around with him? I'm only joking. He's amazing. I love him. Because it's all, he's just like, guys, been here. I've been here since the start. How long are you going to last? He's like, a revolving door. Who's next? So yeah, he's the mainstay. It's huge. It's a huge honour. I love it.
Do you have a favourite moment? Like maybe a favourite viral moment? There's obviously a viral moment that everybody thinks about. 10 siblings.
Oh, there's that. Alan asked people about their 69s recently. I was like, to just go, you didn't. And his one beat where he doesn't know what he said. And then and the amount of people that are like, he did that on purpose. I'm like, he didn't, lads. He honestly didn't. That's one thing that has stuck with me recently. I didn't expect Alan Hughes to start talking about that at 7:30 in the morning. There's loads that really do. Do you know what? There was, we got a message in one day of someone going, I think I had just been talking about, they'd mentioned, oh look, she's managed to buy a house, and someone sent in a message going, how the hell what do you do? And we did a segment on getting a mortgage, and what you have to do to get a mortgage, and then what you have to do to put your house on the market, or all this. The amount of messages we got in of going, lads, I haven't a clue. We expect people to know how to do all these things when there's so many things that we do not know. We had a man on recently who was talking about being diagnosed with breast cancer, and we got a message from someone going, oh my God, my husband's been talking about a lump in his thing. Like, do you know how much that means and that matters? For someone to see something and to go, do you know what, I'm actually going to do that today. Like a doctor doing a breast exam and someone going, I'm actually going to check that today. That's absolutely huge.
It is, yeah.
But that's huge, like that's life changing. But then for someone to also, go, why did you have a dog that you thought could talk to a cat on the TV this morning? I found it funny. That was great. You don't know what's going to happen. So just to alleviate the moment as well. It's
a good mix. One of my favourite TV moments ever, there was a woman, she has a phobia of Simon Cowell. She was on This Morning in the UK. Oh my God, yes. And they brought her on and they did exposure therapy, and they showed her the pictures of Simon Cowell. And it's like, you can kind of gel that, because you guys talk about important issues. You guys talk about like politics, but then there's always a bit of crack involved as well.
We do. Hour one is kind of that's our news heavy hour, because obviously things have broken overnight, and we are dealing with a very serious world. And then by 8 it kind of lightens up a little bit. It definitely does lighten up. So we kind of know that, like, it's the same for us. Like, you can be overwhelmed by 8 o'clock of, oh my God, the bad news, because you're kind of going, is there good news? Like, some people would give out about, and finally sections of the news. And they'd be like, why? And like, because we need a bit of something. I'm sorry, but like a penguin had a baby and then the baby walked. I want to see that on the television. Yeah. Put it on the I need something to alleviate it. And that's what we are. We realise that people's lives are multifaceted, that we are an array of things, and that you can look at something and feel hopeless and helpless and sad and dejected and have an existential crisis about where humanity is going. But at the same time, then you're going to want to know, am I flossing my teeth right? We are everything. People are everything. And I think that's important.
That was a really nice answer. Thank you very much. How, and this will actually nicely segue on from the segment you did on mortgage buying. How did you find the whole finance and mortgage process? Any tips, advice, insights you can share about that whole financial process?
Go to a mortgage broker as soon as possible, because an awful lot of people, you look up things online and you're like, well, I don't have enough, I don't have this, I don't have that. Going to a mortgage broker, it's not going to cost cost you anything. That's the important thing. You know, they take their money at the other end. They can give you so much guidance on what you need to be doing if you don't have your deposit, or what the banks are looking for, like when it comes to your spending. And they're like, well, lads, they're not going to like that. They are going to like that. I found the broker absolutely incredible. Really, it changed my mindset as to what I needed for the banks to see, because that's what it is. Like you're polishing a turd to go, please give me loads of money so as that I can live somewhere. So I found going to a broker absolutely brilliant. And that changed my mindset about the house, because I always thought it was really far away. And the broker said, it's not. This is absolutely doable. So that kind of made things a little bit more realistic. And even if you think you're 10 years away from buying a house, I'd go talk to a broker, because it will put you in a mindset of what needs to be done. And you might go, do you know what? It is 10 years until I buy a house. I want to go traveling for 2 years. Off you pop. Do you know? So that was a really big thing for me.
And I think for some people, it seems like a really scary thing of like, oh, am I ready for a mortgage? And oh, what does that look like? But I think sometimes just having the hard cold facts in front of you is kind of really needed. So like you say, then you can make your financial decisions. Okay, am I going to go traveling for a couple of years? Is now the right time? When will the right time be? And I actually have a sister who's 19 years old who's dealing with a mortgage broker at the moment, because she's looking to buy, but she's buying in like 5 to 10 years. But she's doing that now, and because
that's genius.
It is genius. Shout out Sophie.
I'm sorry, but
the whole family's
genius.
getting involved in this podcast.
But that's incredible. Like I really do wish that I'd done that, so as that I had taken control of my financial future, because that's what it is. It is about your future. And I've always abdicated responsibility for that. And as someone who might be further down the track than other people who are listening, midway through my life, I was like, I should have done this in my 20s. And I didn't, because it was the financial crash, and it was like, well, there was no hope. And I know we're in that again now with the cost of living crisis, which just seems such a flippant term for what's going on in the world. But actually taking control, because it is within your control. In saying that, do I think that everyone have the possibility of buying a house? No, because the wealth gap is just it's so huge now. But seeing what you need to do in 10 years' time, that's incredible what she's doing.
I know.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
She's a go-getter. What can I say?
Wow.
Now it's time for a quickfire round. We'll ask you 5 questions to get your top tips, favourite things and style preferences. No need to overthink it. This round is about first instincts. What is your favourite song of all time?
Wild Horses by the Sundays. The Sundays version.
Brilliant. Susan Boyle has a good one too. Favourite fashion brand?
Topshop. Favourite fashion brand? I'm Topshop. Topshop is having a resurgence. Bought the nicest cardigan recently. Topshop.
Top. Woo. Favourite holiday destination?
Puglia in Italy.
Lovely.
Southern Italy. Oh God, I love it.
Great food. Great vibes, great people.
The people are so sound. The towns, the cities, the absolute no rules when it comes to driving. Merge? What's a merge? Just drive. It's like driving a Super Mario Kart. It's amazing. I love it.
Love. Biggest dream or ambition?
Do you know what? The dream was to buy a house. It was. It really was. And it's lived up to expectations. Thank God. Feel so lucky. And now the dream is just to not be an asshole and have a nice life.
Brilliant.
I think, I'm terrible with ambition.
Great. And who is your dream TV guest?
My dream TV guest. I honestly think that people going through everyday things are probably the most interesting people in the world. Are we talking dead or alive?
Oh, either.
I'd have Elizabeth I on with the Pyre Crean Grania Ní Bhfuil. I think that would be the best chat show ever. No, I'm joking. Roy Keane.
Good one.
That's doable, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, what would I say to Roy Keane? I like Liverpool. I'd be like, so, Liverpool, yeah.
I actually met Roy Keane before.
Is he as attractive as we think he is?
Yeah.
He's beautiful looking man.
Yeah.
So lovely.
And he's from Cork, so look, we'll hook you up.
He's from Cork. Lovely fella. Janie, I don't know. Anyone who's willing to come on Ireland AM. It's very early. Very early.
Thank you, Muireann. So to close out the episode, we'll ask for your best take-home tip. What is one practical piece of advice you would give to someone hoping to get on the property ladder?
Know that you can do it, but be proactive in doing it. It's a second job. It's a third job. It can take over your life. And if you need to take a break from it, because it can get depressing sometimes, for some people, not for everybody, take a break. If you need to take a break from it and go, right, I'm not looking at another house for the next 3 months.
Yes, a detox. You take a holiday from your job. You take a holiday from your second and third job.
It is. And go to view houses. Don't just view them online. Go to actually look at houses.
Yeah. Thank you, Muireann. That was fantastic. Thank you for coming on Style Stories.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us on Style Stories with Easy Living Interiors. You can hear all the news, including links to more information, in the description area of this podcast. Please share our show with a friend who might enjoy it. Simply search Style Stories with Easy Living Interiors on Apple, Spotify or YouTube. This podcast is produced by justpod.io for Easy Living Interiors.